everybody is stressed. So I don't have to tell what the stress is. How do you feel on that? तो यहाँ पे ये talk खलास हो जाती है. We'll continue. How do you deal with it? Can we do anything about the stress? Can we ignore the stress? Do we have power over the stress? No?
We understand, then yeah.
If you understand how you have a power over the stress, how you have
If we attend the satsang,
attending satsang, how it will give you a power over the stress.
Guru will guide us now.
But that doesn't help you.
We have to apply it.
So applying.
Yeah, we have to put it into practice.
So nobody can remove your stress beside you.
Yeah.
So you have control over the stress, that means.
We can.
So you have a solution. If there is a stress, obviously if there is a solution, there is a stress. Otherwise there can't be stress. See, the complete society, whomever we are dealing with, everybody is demanding. As a friend, he has a demand. As a wife, she has a demand. As a husband, he has a demand from the wife. Everybody has. And plus you have a responsibility of paying bills, paying taxes, paying your maintenance and everywhere. So the stress will always be there that you have to do something about it. Should we have stress or we shouldn't have stress? I'll give you an example. Why the stress and where the stress should be. If there is a instrument, we say veena. We just take veena as an instrument, and if the string is too tight, it will break. If it is loose, it won't give a right sound. So it has to be perfectly tuned. So the stress, because of the stress, it's giving you a good sound. The string is giving you a good sound because of the stress. Now, if the player is also stressful, will he be able to play good music? The veena is tuned well, but will the player be able to give you a good music if he is stressed? So where the stress should be? In the player or in the instrument? Now the problem is, here the stressed one is the player. Your work has a stress and it's a wonderful thing. There's a lot of work and you have to finish it. But when you get stressed, that means you are resisting somewhere to the situation. There is a resistance. Now where is the resistance? What is the resistance? What are you resisting to?
Because you don't want to do it and you have to do it.
But what is that? You don't want to do and you have to do. What is that?
But dislike towards it.
What is like and what is dislike? What is a mind game? So it's a thought. So every stress you are handling a thought. How you deal with the thought. So your action will be based on your how you think. So if you are resisting with the thought, and that's why you are stressed. There's a lot of work. You have to finish it. Now, if you are lost in the thoughts, the work won't be finished, and you will be stressed. So the game, as a player, you are not playing your game well. But if you are not involved in the thought, you are involved in the process of doing. You are enjoying the work. When you express your love through your work, you won't be stressful. You will enjoy. Because you don't love what you do, and that's why you have the stress. So the process of love is missing from the action. The expression of your happiness is not there in the activity. If there is a stress, there is a thought, built up thought, and it is repetitive that how do I complete it, when do I complete it, how it will affect me, what will happen to my children, what will happen to this, and everything is futuristic or based on the past experience. And in that past and future, we are not acting in the present because we are reacting, and that is what is building up in us. Like if we have 50,000-60,000 thoughts in a day, how many thoughts we are aware of? Very few. And wherever we are aware of the thoughts, we handle them very well. There is no problem. But wherever we are resisting to the thoughts, that thoughts give us a problem. Yeah, that clarity doesn't come because we are not aware of what is happening. Now the thoughts are not complete because knowledge is not complete, the thoughts are not complete. But wherever you know that you know your subject very well, that this is what I am doing, you know 100%, you are very well prepared. You won't be stressed because you will be doing your work faster. If suppose a doctor has to handle an operation, he knows how, he is specialized in one thing. So he won't be stressed. He'll just come, do the operation and go away. He will be stressed when there is some other complication which he hasn't handled. That time he will be stressed. Otherwise he won't be stressed. Teaching a child, you won't be stressed. You will enjoy because you know your job very well. So people who are stressed are the ones who doesn't know their job very well. Most of the time. Do you agree with that? And because the knowledge is incomplete, that's why you are stressful. Knowledge is not there. But once you have a knowledge, I don't think so you will be having a stress. Because you will enjoy doing. Because that is what you know. Because we don't know, that's why we are stressed. Are the thoughts permanent? There are a lot of thoughts which are repetitive. In the 60,000 thoughts, I think most of the thoughts are very repetitive. So are these thoughts permanent in your mind? Why they are permanent?
Because when you are pertaining to the expectation that you keep with yourself.
So it is futuristic. That you are expecting something out of that thought. Or that thought belongs to somebody. Your thought has connection with some other body. And that body is going to produce and you are continuously following us. So that is very futuristic. But your follow-up is right now. So there shouldn't be stress because you are continuously following up. So stress won't be there. But you do not trust your own thought and the opposite person. कि करेगा कि नहीं करेगा. मगर आपका फॉलोअप होगा तो वो डर के मारे करेगा, कहीं भी रिसर्च करेगा, कुछ भी करेगा. Now other thoughts which you are holding on, which are based your past, which you think that it may happen again. Can you smile for tomorrow? You cannot. Can you smile for yesterday? You cannot. Because if you are smiling for now. Similarly with the thought it happens. Because if there is a thought and if you let it go, instead of holding, it will go away. It will pass by. But we hold on to the past and we want something to happen in a similar way. But there can't be anything which is repetitive exactly the same as it was and as it is. Because it's a different thing. Happening again. But it's different. It's not same. But we think that same thing happened to us. They are permanent or not? If we hold on, they are permanent. So if they are permanent, the suffering is permanent. Because you are holding on to it. Because somebody told you that this may happen to you and this is how it should be and you are holding on to it. So once you are open to learning and open to listening and open to explore, then you are new all the time. Because you do not hold. You know there is something more I can learn. There is something beyond what I know. Always there is something beyond. And that is the time you can learn. You can get more deeper into a subject. You can go closer and closer to the... You can't complete it, but you can go closer and closer. And you can complete only when you get connected to the silence. Because if there is a thought, everybody has got, there is a knowledge on that subject, somebody has complete knowledge. And when you become nobody and get attached to that body, whom we say somebody, and that is a silence, you start receiving. You got this point? Aap samjhe? So is the stress important or it's not important? We come back to the same question only. It should be there, it shouldn't be there.
Stress I can work be better. Yeah.
Yes.
You get the better.
Stress should be there.
You are more active.
Yeah.
You passed your exams, every exams, because of the stress. Every exams you passed is because of the stress. Stress is your teacher. You know that I have to complete this and I'll go to the next one. Stress is something which always takes you ahead to the next step. If you're walking also, lifting the leg and putting it ahead, there is a stress to the body. Every muscles of that particular area which are activated when you lift the leg, they're stressed. But you do not realize that stress. And because the stress is there, you move. So that is why we say body awareness, practice body awareness. Because it helps you to understand how you're moving, how the body is moving.
Tanav and Dhamma.
Tanav and Dhamma. See, there are only two ways. One is nivritti and one is pravritti. Pravritti is when you start accepting and you start acting and be responsible. So that is pravritti. You're just responsible in this moment. And other way is nivritti. You just give up everything, total surrender, and you leave everything. And you become a Babaji or something like that. But when you become that, again you are more responsible. Because unattached attachment, where you are not attached but still you are responsible. So in both the cases the responsibility is there. But one who gives up everything saying that tyag, they are useless people. They are burden on the earth. वो कमजोरी है. They are useless people on the earth. They are, you can compare them with the animal. It's not animal, they are also useful, but they are really useless. So you start being responsible, more you give up. So you understand that subject very well, that it's not going to help me, I have to go above. And that is how the nivritti comes. And pravritti is just be responsible for every act you. And how can you be responsible by being, what you do? Is you start putting the love. There is no other way. If you don't love the subject, you are stressful. There is a resistance. So most of the time we do it because we have to do it, because somebody told us. So in that, if we compare the life with that, so what he shared, like, be like a water. So you can only be like a water when you are ready to flow with everything, whatever comes in your way. But
It means you are not committed to strong life and strength.
nothing you are compared to. You will keep on banging with the shores and finally you merge with the ocean and you become part of the ocean, and still you cannot say that I am the ocean. Again you will become vapors and come back in the same cycle. But then identity is lost as somebody. We know something as a water, but the water is nobody. A shapeless, a formless. And that is what is being. Wherever the problem comes, you have a problem when you are a mother with a child. So is the child is a problem or a mother is a problem? As a mother with the child, a relation is there. You have a problem. As a father and a child, there is a problem. As a friend and another friend, there is a problem. As a boss and a junior, I have a problem, or junior has a problem. So whenever that the identity clashes are there and the duality comes, you start dividing everything, that this is his and this is mine. And when you start doing that, the quality of leadership is gone. You become a boss, and nobody likes a boss. Nobody likes a boss. Am I right? Because you have power. You have a power and you are utilizing the power for your benefit, and you are using people, and nobody likes to be used. But when you start giving power to other people, they start loving you. Because giving power is giving love. You become responsible. So when you start giving power, people start liking you. And they will do whatever you think, before you think, and it will happen. That's a power to power. अपने आप से होने लगता है. Intuitive बोलते हैं. Now as a